Hi there, welcome to my views and reviews. I was traveling since yesterday. That is why I could not make videos in the last 12 to 14 hours. I went through China as well, and it was difficult to connect the internet there, difficult to use YouTube as well. Now I am in a country from where I can make videos. Three new stories were so I'm resuming regular videos. Firstly, what I have been warning against is happening in Tigray. I've been saying that non-issues are turning into issues because of the immaturity, irresponsibility, and uh, uh, I would say incompetency of Tigray leaders. Big protests were held in Mekelle today. Hundreds of Muslims marched on the streets of Mekelle. Videos for you. Secondly, was Jawar spoke for the Amhara people today. What did he say? The man was criticized by Amharas in the past of working against Amhara interests and promoting Roma interests. But is he a changed politician or is he trying to achieve political gains by talking about the Amhara people? Lastly, was Trump is banning transgenders from serving in military, in other departments. Only two sexes will be recognized in the US. Trump has taken oath, and it seems he's making big decisions. Let's start with from Tigray. I warned days ago that the issue of hijab in Aksum can turn into a regional level, national level issue. Why? Because Muslims are not in a small minority in Ethiopia. Muslims are in big numbers in Ethiopia. That is why just an order by a few schools to ban Muslim female students from wearing hijab cannot be implemented. Entire Muslim community will rise. And this is what is happening. At this point of time, leaders of Tigray, people of Tigray should focus on issues like return of IDPs. People are suffering, at camps, people are dying there. I think it was confirmed by some Tigray government officials too. I think Abu Matthias, the patriarch, also said that. So people are dying at IDP camps. IDPs must return to their homes in western zone, in other parts of Ethiopia, but no progress has been made. They're suffering. They protested in Mekelle a few days ago. You saw a big protest in Mekelle by IDPs. They're running out of patience. This is the issue which needs to be handled first. Employment for youths. Why are youths migrating from Tigray? Thousands leaving Tigray, risking their lives, dying on their way to the Middle East, but still taking the risk. Issues like restoration of Tigray's territories, though issue here is contested by Amhara. They say Tigray's territories, Tigray annexed parts of Amhara, but issue is there. So these are the issues, and then obviously the intra-TPLF political dispute as well. These issues should be the ones which should be tackled on priority basis with the government. But you see that a non-issue has turned into an issue. Just 100 plus female students banned from wearing hijab in Aksum. They were not allowed to join school. They were not allowed to fill in forms for their university entrance exam. And the issue was just about Aksum. Now it is sweeping across entire Tigray. Today's protest in Mekelle was a big protest. Hundreds of people gathered there. Female, male, peaceful protest at Ramanath Square. I think this is where IDPs protested and this is where Muslims protested. Who is to blame? Well, I think the issue has turned into a political issue. I wouldn't call it a religious issue because there were no religious issues between Orthodox and Muslims in Tigray. in recent months. Suddenly, an issue has turned into a religious issue. Why? Because basically, at the core of this dispute is political division in Tigray. Itacho group and the Bratskian group are opposing each other. And when a small issue arises, they back opposing sides. That is how non-issues turn into significant issues. Muslims protested and they said that court has given a verdict in their favor. Tigray Regional Education Bureau has written a letter. Still, female students are not being allowed to join the school. So their demand is valid. If a court order is being violated, who is to blame and who will ensure that court orders are implemented in Ethiopia? So their demand is genuine and legal because now they have backing of the court as well. They are backing of Tigray regional government too. Tigray Regional Government Education Bureau also opposed the decision made by 5 schools to ban Muslim students from wearing hijab. So their case is very strong. It is difficult to prove that they are wrong. And they say they won't withdraw, they'll continue their struggle, but it's very unfortunate. I think the issues which should be issues are being neglected and unnecessary issues are being created, which are leading to divisions in Tigray. I have two clips for you showing Muslim students protesting, not the students, Muslim community protesting in Mekelle, and you would see that it was a big demonstration in Mekelle. Watch the clips. Secondly, words, Donald Trump is going to make some big decisions, it seems. Decisions like the expulsion of illegal migrants, decisions like banning of transgenders from identifying themselves as third sex. Decisions about crypto could also be made by Donald Trump. First decision made, and he has announced that only 2 sexes will be recognized in the US. Male and female, no third sex. By the way, American military has hundreds of transgenders who identify themselves as third sex, as transgenders, not as male or female. So Trump is going to suspend them, it seems. Secondly, he said that their government won't recognize any third sex. So for government departments, everyone will have to identify themselves either as male or female. Transgenders definitely are going to launch a movement. They've been protesting in the past too against Trump. Trump making big decisions, and decision about expulsion of migrants will create regional, global shockwaves, I would say, and it is also in the pipeline reportedly. Lastly was Jawar talked about the plight of Amhara teachers in a post a few hours ago. Jawar, by the way, was accused of working against Amhara interests in the past. It was said that he was anti-Amhara, that he was pro-Oromo, and he wanted to impose Oromo rule on Amharas. Uh, and I think he was very strong in his views in the past. But after his imprisonment, after his release from prison, Jawar changed himself. I never saw any statement by Jawar critical of Amhara after his release from prison. Firstly, I think he learned his lesson that if he opposes Amharas, others, etc., that won't lead to any uh, good for him, for the country. Secondly, I think he's realized that he should struggle against the main man, and that is the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. He talked about the plight of Amhara teachers in a post a few hours ago. He said that the last 3 months, teachers have not been paid. Um with rising cost of living, how can teacher live without salaries for 3 months? It's unfortunate, and the teachers have been forced to do labor jobs, etc. Because obviously they have to make both ends meet. They have to make both ends meet. They have to provide for their families. Yes, it should be condemned, but the teachers being denied salaries are mostly operating in, I think, the areas controlled by FAN. It's not that in entire Amhara, all teacher salaries are unpaid. No. But in Fano controlled areas, especially, not just teachers, others are not receiving salaries. Fano claimed to be in control of 80% of Amhara, which is not true. But if it is in control of 50 or 40% of Amhara too, it means in the 40-50% of Amharian, government employees are not being released salaries. They're not getting regular salaries. These government employees, they cannot fight FAN. They cannot say no to FAN. And if FAN fighters take control of Warada and they tell them to work, they'll have to work. Government won't pay them salaries. What should they do? And they quit. If they quit, FAN will kill them. They don't quit, government won't pay them. What should they do? They're definitely in trouble. I think the plight of Amhara regional government officials, prosperity party officials, is not new. I did some videos in the last year. So I said that PP government officials are in uh, dilemma in the Amhara region because they cannot oppose FANU, they cannot support the government, they cannot take the middle route as well. They have to take one route: either support FANU and be removed from their service, or support government and be killed by FANU fighters. This is what their fate is. Tragic news that 3 months and no salaries. Keeping in view rising of food prices, rising of fuel prices, how will their families survive? How are they surviving? Difficult to know. It's good to see, by the way, Jawar talk about the plight of Amhara people. This is what politicians should speak like. They should not express their concerns only about the plight of the group to which they belong. They should think like an Ethiopian, like a human. So plight of anyone who is in the country should be highlighted by people like Jawar. Thank you for watching.